Travis Groves are reaching the lost of all the ethnic peoples in Groves, Texas. And that helps us. That allows us to focus more on areas where we don't have churches, where we don't have teams. As you go throughout your walk, I mean, we hope that you'll learn something during that week, that you'll be able to share maybe with somebody, a Vietnamese kid in your high school, a friend of yours, or someone that's not yet a friend, but that you can go and say, I'm about to go eat Vietnamese food in a couple of weeks while doing mission work. Can you tell me what I might eat, or can you recommend something for me? Those are just good relationship starters that can allow you to share the gospel. And if you're doing your job, then you can help me as a missionary work myself out of a job, which is always our goal. We want our churches to be reaching the lost wherever they can, then we try to fill in the gaps of where they're not being reached. Savannah and I would just ask you to pray for our family. We have a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old, and in addition to that we have a 3-year-old foster son and a 7-month-old foster son. And we'll just ask you to ask God to show us how we're supposed to proceed with these children. We would like to have these foster children in our forever family, but we just need God to show us what He wants us to do there. We've also been mentioned as a possibility, a real strong possibility for another placement of a young 3-year-old girl that could be an easier placement in our family. So we just want God to give us direction and wisdom as we make those decisions, and we are very thankful because we can only trust Him to help us to make those decisions, otherwise it would be overwhelming. So that's our biggest family prayer need right now. I also would ask that you would pray for our ministry. We have had a really good relationship with the folks at the Saigon Market, and they've allowed us to come in and give away the same groceries outside that they're selling inside. They've allowed us to do just almost any ministry that we can come up with that we've asked them about. And within the last month, I've noticed some hesitancy from them. That they seem to be kind of closing off a little bit, that maybe they're getting a little tired of us sharing the gospel as much as we are, even though we try to do that in a way that wouldn't be offensive. And so I just am asking our prayer partners to please pray that God will just give us open access. I know that He will. He will give us open access to people in that community, but I'm praying that He will do that through that relationship, through a good relationship with the Saigon Market. We're going to try to meet with those leaders for lunch. My prayer is that God will just work in them and allow them for us to have that access to that community, because it is such a key location.